Hey, Star Fam! How are you guys? And remember, I came here for love. You guys know that I'm traveling, so I was really about to belt that song, and then I realized it's hella late here. But no one can hold me down. How are you guys doing? Thank you all for joining me so late. I'm on the East Coast, so now like I get it. I get that this is a hella late. So thank you all on the East Coast who are joining me because I know that this is very late for you all. Shout out to my West Coast fam. You know this is like early evening for us. But how are you guys? I just want to let you know before we get into it, my opinion has changed a lot. But we'll talk about it. Hey, Polymer girl, how are you? Also, my lighting is terrible right now because I'm doing like hotel lighting. It will be a lot better in like 2 days. Don't worry. Polymer girl said, "Hey, Nikki, guess I'm not missing your live. Excited because I'm enjoying this season. Thank you so much for being here. And this season is great. I'm enjoying it. Gone too soon. Uh, Poor thing. She was great TV. Zora S said, "Hey, Nikki and Chad, Ace is just not that into Shelley. After she rejected him, he's taken every opportunity to return the favor. I couldn't roll my eyes more. Ciao." Sarah said, "Hey, Nikki, some of us are no longer holding space. Shelley had some not so kind words about Ace on After the Sun interview. Yes. See, this is the thing. I was watching After the Sun, but I didn't finish it. So thank you so much for saying that because um After the Sun was a little boring, so I probably should have waited to watch the interview with Shelley and Alondria. So thank you for saying that. I'm going to watch that when I get off of here with you guys. Hey, Emelina. Emelina said, "What the?" There it is. Hey, Emelina. Emelina said, "I'm not happy with Ace. I can't believe he didn't pick Shelley. Now she's stuck with Austin." Mm-hmm. Polymer Girl said, "Zaretta S, I kind of hear you on Ace and Shelley. I think they see each other." Ciao. Eva Ripley said, "Nikki, girl, I think Amaya is trying to buy some beachfront real estate in that space you're holding." I knew you was going to drag me after this episode. Eva Ripley said, "We got to get our girl Shelley through any votes coming up because we cannot let Austin bring her down. Not on my watch." I absolutely agree. What the hell is going on with? Hold on, child. I'm on these people Wi-Fi. Yes, but I absolutely agree. Not on my watch. Sarah said if Shelley had not that fake makeup chat with Austin, who knows if he would have picked her. There was a real chance she could have gone home tonight, and Austin goes with Bella Dasha instead. Very true. Palava Girl said, "I'm only sketchy on the Mama Huda what Huda for that. What? Hi, Palava Girl." Eva Empathy said, "Yes, Sarah, I'm so happy he picked her. We need a bombshell for Shelley's stat. I think it's coming." Emelina says, "Shelley was smart for having that talk with Austin right before the fire pit. She's playing chess, not checkers." Guys, I will say this. Something is going on. Like this episode, I was just like, somebody is being talked to. Something is happening because when this was all going down, I was just like, this not like a few of the decisions were not making sense to me. And I was just like, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm feeling about everything because we really don't know what is going on like yet, or like what is the overall twist, or um if there's something hidden that we don't see. We don't know like what game this show is playing, because I think because of the last season that they had, I really feel like this season is going to be not just based on cast alone. I think the producers are going to be throwing us for some twists, and I will say it could just be the editing, but something seemed very off this episode. Like something was cut out that we didn't see, because there was a shift, like not just with Shelley, there was like a shift with everybody, and I'm like, what happened that we didn't see? Zora S said they need to bring in folk for Alondria and Shelley. I think that's going to happen. I think that is going to happen. Christy said Austin brought himself an extra week being there with Shelley. Oh, he sure did. Sarah said Austin is going to become a goat to drag to the final for Shelley if the producers don't get serious and start bringing in real bombshells. Also, never trust a short man who feels you did him wrong once. Spitzy said, hey, Nikki and Star fam, let's not hold space anymore. And just when I started liking Bella Dash, I hope Ariana brings a finance man for Shelley. Me too. Or woman. Or woman. Minnie said, boo, the new girl is so messy. Amaya? What'd she do? Now we're not going to do Amaya dirty. She's just playing the game. KG said, hey fam, this episode took me for a ride. I was not expecting that from Nick, but I'm glad we don't have to say Bella Dasha anymore. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was not surprised. Victoria said, Nick was so messy. I felt so bad for Bella when she realized it wasn't her. Me too. Hey, love like you are. Happy Sunday. Yes, you are catching alive, Maggie. Thank you for being here. Minnie said, bro, Amaya better not ruin Jeremiah and Huda. I don't think anybody is going to ruin Jeremiah and Huda, but Huda. I think we're going to get new men. I think we're going to get new men next episode, and I wouldn't be surprised if we get like 3 bombshells. Victoria said, I'm so confused on why Ace didn't pick Shelley. That's the thing. Something happened, and I feel like there's some footage that we just did not get. Love like you are said, sad to see Aquabella Dasher go, but it was for the best. It was. Why do y'all think Amaya is messy? Why are we coming after Amaya? B. Nichols said, Amaya's laugh is giving me Kayla vibes. Absolutely. Poliva Girl said, because Ace is an a-hole, why do I still think he's good for the show? I'm annoyed at myself. Oh, no, he's good for the show. I told you, he was like the Rob. He's going to be the Rob of this season. He's going to make terrible decisions. He's probably not going to win, but he's going to be good TV. Hey, Rain, thank you for being here. E. for Empathy said Ace is still good for the show because he's the accountability coach. Yeah, I agree. Minnie said, guys, if some of y'all want to see the video, it's not going to be on this account. I saw one of her other streams of Love Island, and she was doing talking and reading questions. Minnie, what's going on? What am I missing something? Maggie said, I'm afraid the bombshells bore me. Ace is losing me, and I hate Austin and his new Nazi mustache. Paula Girl said, unpopular, but I want Shelley far away from Ace. That boy too slick, lovable, but dangerous. Ciao. Paula Girl said, am I the only one giddy that the black girls are eating this season? The producers loved them. The producers loved them down. Janelle said, hey, Nikki and Star fan, production must have told Huda to calm down because she was bearable this episode. Barely bearable. B. Nichols said, I mean, to be fair, Sierra initiated that booth kiss with Nick, and it's what kept her in the villa. How mad can she really be? You're right. Hey, JL, thank you so much for being here. Oh, I mean, not do that light. I'm trying not to do that light. Or maybe if I sit in front of the light. Will that help? No. I'm so sorry. I'm changing hotels, so don't worry. The lighting should be better in the next one. Eva said, hey, Nikki and Star fam, when Nick asked Bella what does she does for fun, she says she doesn't go out but pops out now and then, and it was a wrap. His face said it all. Nick is trying to be outside. Absolutely. Love like you are said, oh, there are some people in this chat that think that Nikki is streaming the Love Island episode. Y'all, it's a review. It's in thank you so much. It's a live review. I put it in the description. Not the description, the title. It's a live review. I don't stream. Can people stream on YouTube without getting that page taken down? Ciao. Absolutely. He is the Rob of the season. He's the Rob of this season. Brianna said, Nick pissed me off this episode, so we need to vote him off too. Oh, Lord. We now going after Nick. Sam Weller said, I don't know how to feel about Ace right now. I didn't want him and Shelley to couple up just yet, but I hate the way he went about picking Maya. Zora S said, not understanding how folks are shipping Ola, Alondria, and Nick when Nick has been acting this trite. The men never make good decisions. Obviously Me said, thank you so much, Obviously Me, for the super chat. Obviously, me said Nick and Alondria Hive, stand up, child. Obviously, me, I don't know. We'll see, girl. I want to end here with Kaylee, and then I want to get into the review, and then I'll hop back into the chat. Kaylee said, "After the Sun is always boring, no shade." Yeah, it was boring. I was watching it before I hopped on here, and I was just like, well, y'all got to give me something else because I am not feeling it. But now that I know that they interviewed Alondria and Shelley, I'm going to go back and watch it when I hop off of here. Okay, let me get into my review and then I'll hop back into the chat. So, first, let me just say this will be the last time that I use this pick because I am no longer holding space. I am no longer holding space. It's over. We're done. Ace can choke. I didn't like that stunt he pulled today. I don't know if it was a producer. I don't know what it was, but I don't like that stunt that he pulled on this episode. And I am very confused now about his game. I thought that he was so much smarter than this because him picking Amaya is still very confusing to me. I'm not talking about attraction with Ace. I'm talking about gameplay. He seemed to be up until that moment so smart, but now I don't know what he's doing. And I'm just like, are you not playing the game? Or are you just being a jerk? Is this just your personality? Are you like a menace and that's just your personality? Because I was giving him the benefit of the doubt and being like, no, this is just how he plays the game. But now I'm starting to think he's just a menace. He's just causing chaos because that's just what he does. He's just messy. It's not strategy, it's not gameplay. And that is really throwing me because I thought that he was a very smart game player. And I felt like he was the only one playing him and Jeremiah. I thought that Jeremiah was playing a poor game. And I thought that Ace was playing a better one. But I'm just like, oh, Ace is just messy. He's not playing the game. So yeah, I'm no longer holding space. We're going to delete this pick and we'll never see that again. I am no longer holding space for Ace and Shelley. I am just Team Shelley and Team Alondria. Whoever they take to the end, I'm rocking with my girls because I was holding space for a very foolish relationship and you guys called it. But see, here's the thing. You guys were calling it and saying, oh shoot, sorry. You guys were calling it and saying that, oh, Ace is there for Huda. I don't think he is. I don't think that he is there for Huda or Huda. Because I'm sorry, is it Huda or Huda? Because Jeremiah confuses me. I feel like he says her name way different than anybody else. But anyway, I don't think that he's there for her either. But now I don't know what Ace is doing. I have no idea. This demonic Rumpelstiltskin has me confused. He has me confused. I don't know what he's doing now. I hope it works out for him. I'm not rooting for him. Team Alondria and Team Shelley. Huda has got to get it together. This is a terrible look for her. This is a very terrible look because when we open up with this episode, Huda is dragging Amaya, still calling her out of her name. She's sitting there talking to Jeremiah and she's just like vilifying her to Jeremiah and making it seem like Jeremiah is some victim of this Afro-Latina Jezebel, and she is doing all these things and making him do stuff to make him uncomfortable, and he's doing stuff out of his will. Amaya is holding him captive and just making him lust after her. And Huda is sitting there talking to Jeremiah. She's just like, how do you feel? Because I saw what that bee was doing to you and I didn't like it. And I saw that you didn't like it. And I saw that you were scared and afraid, but you didn't want to show that. And I'm like, he was not scared and afraid. He was having a ball and he was probably a wreck. That's why he didn't want you to see what was happening with him. And that's why he kept on hiding and turning his body. He enjoyed what was happening. I don't think Jeremiah and Amaya are done. I do not think that Jeremiah and Amaya are done. I do think that Huda is far beyond delusional. She is far beyond delusional because the way that she was talking to Jeremiah today and tonight and this episode, I was just like, oh my gosh, you date like a 19-year-old, although you're 24. Like she was not making any sense, and this just confirms my theory that she is very stunted. I think the last time that she was like really out there dating and really feel, and really just experiencing the dating world was when she was 19, and she's dating like a kid. Like if you see how she reacts on this show, everybody's just like, what is going on? Why is she crying? Why is she breaking it down? Why is she breaking down? Why is she making this so deep? It's because she's stunted. The last time she dated, she was a teenager. She stopped dating, went into being like a mom and probably a little a pretend wife for her baby daddy till that all fell apart. And now she's back out there dating again, but she's making decisions of someone who is much younger than she actually is. And people are expecting her to make better decisions. But I honestly think we are looking at 19-year-old Huda. And I think she's much different when she's in mom mode. But I think when she went into mom mode, she left being 19. And now that she's no longer in mom mode while she's on this show, we're dealing with 19-year-old Huda. Because the conversation she was having with Jeremiah, I was just like, you cannot be this dense. And I felt like he was very turned off from this conversation with her because why I feel that with Jeremiah is because when he is talking to Huda now, he doesn't make eye contact with her. Have y'all noticed that? Like she was like staring him straight, like staring straight through his skull, and he was like, "What? What are you talking about?" Like Huda's like standing right here. He's like, "God, nah, I didn't feel it. Nah, it is. Nah, she's cool. Like, nah, but I respect what we have here." He cannot make eye contact with this woman. And I think the reason why he cannot make eye contact with her is because I think that Jeremiah is not going to be in this much longer. I don't think Huda knows, but I think he knows he's not going to be in this relationship much longer. He cannot even look this woman in the face. And I think he cannot look her in the face because he knows that he is about to break her heart. Why do you keep on leading her on, bro? Like, you are a terrible game player, Jeremiah. You are a terrible game player. But Huda, their entire conversation was vilifying Amaya and making Jeremiah out to be the victim. All the while, Jeremiah can't even look her in the eye, and she's not picking up on any of it. And she's saying all of these things about Amaya, making her the bad guy, making Jeremiah the victim. And I'm like, you don't know Amaya, and you don't know Jeremiah. You think you know him. You don't know who this man is. You're going to find out in a few episodes. You are going to find out who he actually is. I hate to say it. It's going to be good TV. It's going to be good TV. You are going to sit there with egg on your face. And Amaya, she will not be the one that will be the bad guy in this situation, because Jeremiah is going to do all the dirty work. Jeremiah is going to do all the dirty work. And I hate to say it. And the only reason why I hate to say it is because I just feel like there is a part of the viewing audience that is going to make Jeremiah the bad guy, not for misleading Huda, but for him pulling away from her after she mentioned the child. Because I don't think, it's not that I don't think, I absolutely believe that after she revealed that she had a child, he was checked out. Even remember when he said, he was like, if we win this thing, he's not going to be with this lady much longer. Good TV. My girl Shelley, like I said, I'm no longer holding space for her and Ace. I desperately need her type to walk into the villa. We desperately need 2 or 3 tall dark chocolate built brothers to walk into the villa. And I don't want no dark-skinned D1 athletes that was playing ball in an all-white school. Absolutely not. Leave those weirdos where they're at. They are not like us. I need some ballers that went to HBCUs. That's what I need. I don't want us to get some black guys on here who do not date black women. And I will say this, or not even if they don't date black women, if they do date black women but date for everybody, they open. Absolutely not. We need a brother that's sure about these sisters, and I think we're going to get that. Here is why. Serena and Cordell, we talked about it last season. They're a $1 billion couple. They are a $1 billion couple. The money that couple gave NBC Universal was monumental. Season 6, the entire cast was great, but we got to tell the truth and shame the devil. Black Love won that season. Black Love won that season. People who ain't never watched Love Island clocked into that show because of Serena and Cordell. I remember I was there when their clips was going viral on Twitter. I remember when clips of them was going viral on TikToks, and everybody was making them little fan cast lover boy videos that the kids do with the hearts coming out of their faces. I remember that. I remember when publications that was never even talking about Love Island was talking about Serena and Cordell. Shout out to Essence. Everybody, the blogs was picking this couple up. They made this show trend like no other. I think the producers are very smart, and I think they are going to constantly try to recreate the formula of season 6. And I think they are very aware that the formula of season 6, one of the formulas of season 6 that made that show work so well was Black Love. We had a black man that loves black woman and loved this black woman on the show, flaws and all, and a monoracial sister, a monoracial black woman who was black and unapologetic about it, a dark-skinned sister that came on that show with braids and grills. They are absolutely going to make sure that Black Love is going to be a formula in this show going forward. So I honestly think, and I know we're asking for it, it was just like, we need this, but we're asking in fear. I think we just need to ask or command with a surety, because I think we're going to get that. I think they realize what buttered their bread, and I think we are going to get that. We even, like, I think we have a black guy, a HBCU black guy on the show with Taylor. The issue with Taylor is that he's I think he sealed his fate when he skipped on the show. When he instead of just walking into the villa, he galloped. And I think that kind of threw everybody off, because I think he was trying to recreate what Cordell did and like how Cordell was like goofy or whatever, but Taylor never stuck to it. So it was just like, are you goofy? Are you a cowboy? What is it? Like, we don't really know his personality yet, because he jumps out and then he jumps back in. So I do think we have a black guy on the show who absolutely prefers and dates black women, but he's a black guy that's available to everybody, right? We need the black guy that ain't available to everybody. We need the black guy who grew up with a mom that said, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. I'm talking real. That's all. Love is love, but I'm talking real. That's what we need to do. That's what we need to come up in this villa. And I think we're going to get it. I think they're wise enough to know that the blacks made sure they ate last season. And this is what we want to see. And I think that they are going to give it to us. I think we're going to get it, guys. I think we're going to get it. But we absolutely need some fine, dark-skinned, black. Right now, we just need Black American. No shade. No shade. I love the diaspora. No shade. black immigrant boys, I don't know what's going on with them just yet. You know what I mean? Like they a little wonky sometimes. We need them black American. We need them black American boys to walk up in the villa first, and then we can switch it up a bit. But you know what? There was, but he was on Love Island UK. But right now, let's just get some. Let's just get some black men that went to HBCUs. Let's get them in. Let's get them. Let's get us a Q dog, a real deal Q dog that never played in the snow. That's what we need for Shelley and Alondria, because Alondria needs that as well, because this coupling with Taylor, no shade, Alondria is my girl and Taylor is a sweetie. I don't see it. I don't see it. I don't think either one of them are attracted to each other. I really don't. I think they are sticking with each other to hold space for who they really want to enter the villa. Now, I see that more so with Alondria. With Taylor, I can see him getting his feelings hurt because he got his feelings hurt from Alondria before when she kissed Ace. So I can see him getting his feelings hurt. But the thing about it is, he is not letting this woman know that he is interested in her. And Alondria is very popular with production. Very popular with production. Dare I say, they're making her the voice of this season. And they are going to feed her. And if Taylor can't see that, then baby, you going to have to go. I feel like he will probably, if it's Austin, I think Austin will be the first guy to go. He will probably most certainly be the second guy to go because he's just coasting. He's not really showing any passion for anyone. So he might be next to go, but I think Alondria and Shelley are safe because I think they are the production faves. I really, really do. And I think that they are going to make Alondria and Shelley, they're going to make them main cast, and they are going to build stories around them. And I honestly think they have their type in their back pocket. And I think they're going to come through. Jeremiah met his match with Miss Amaya. Jeremiah met his match with Miss Amaya because Amaya pulls Jeremiah for a chat. And basically, she just wanted to know like where he was at. Like she was just trying to, like have a conversation with him. And she was just like, listen, well, Huda is acting like you two are like closed off and that's it. And Jeremiah's just like, well, I wouldn't say we're closed off, leaving the door open, but we're getting there. Like things are happening, and I wouldn't want to do anything to disrespect her. Now, Amaya absolutely respected that. Here is where Jeremiah messed up. Jeremiah's problem is he talks too much. He talks too much. And when Jeremiah starts talking too much, he speaks his intentions. His issue is that only Huda is not smart enough to catch what he's saying, but everybody else is catching it. Like Ace is catching it. And now Amaya caught it because when he was talking to Amaya, he was just like, yeah, I don't want to do anything to disrespect, Huda, but, we're not, I'm not closed off or anything like that, but I don't want to do anything to disrespect her. So I'll still let you chase after me. Wait, let me get the correct wording because I wrote it down. Because Amaya was still going to pursue him. And then he said this, his exact words were, I'm excited to see you fight for me. And when he said that, Amaya sat back and she was just like, oh, well, I know that you're excited to see me fight for you. And he was like, no, oh no, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean to say it like that. I was just saying, and Amaya was just like, don't worry about it because I'm no longer pursuing you because I see that you have something here with Huda. So, you're not for me. You are not my match. I was just letting you know that this is what it is. And I think that she said that because when she heard Jeremiah say, I'm excited to see you still fight for me, I think one, she was embarrassed, and two, she realized that this man was playing a game. I think that spoke volumes for her. And she was just like, yeah, no, one, you're not going to play me. And two, I see what you're doing. And I see that this is just strategy for you. And I think Amaya is playing a game as well. Because remember, the bombshells are privy to the show. So they're able to watch the show. I think a lot of them are getting the footage that the producers are getting in the editing bay. And I think they are watching the show that way and making decisions about who they want to pursue. And I think when Jeremiah said that, Amaya caught it right away. And she heard what she needed to hear. And she said, yeah, I'm going to move on from this one. You are not for me. And then she went after Austin. And I honestly think that Amaya is going after Austin for gameplay. I do not think that she is interested in Nazi Kevin Federline. I think she is pursuing him. And she was pursuing Ace because she wants to stay in the game. And I'm not just saying she wants to stay in the game until her type shows up. I think Amaya is staying in the game to win. And I'm here for it. And I'm rooting for her as well, because I love when the women finally wake up and start to play the game. Love Island needs more Justines. So I like what she's doing. It's obviously gameplay. She's going for the low-hanging fruit. So she's going after Austin and she's going after Ace, and it is working out for her. So, if she makes it to the end, I'll root for that as well, because we need some women on this show who are playing the game. I think Alondria is playing the game. I think that now that Shelley has clocked Ace, I think she'll start playing the game as well. But Amaya going after Austin is just strategy. She's not interested in that guy, but she is keeping her options open, as she should. I will say this about Ace. I really did think that he was a smart game player, like I said before, right? That move he did with Shelley threw me off completely. But I will say this. If Ace is not playing the game, he's absolutely a producer plant, because the way he talks to the guys, gets all their information from them, but he don't reveal nothing about himself. And I think even Nick said it. Nick was like, y'all, you don't tell us about who you like or like what's going on there. And Ace was just like, yeah, I just keep that to myself. And they were just like, but you ask us everything about our relationships. We don't know nothing about yours. He's just like, I just want to see where your head is at. So that's what's making me think that this kid is playing the game. But now I'm just like, you are just a producer plant. You don't have no strategy. You don't have no gameplay. You are really just here to say and do and manipulate the game for production. He not winning a damn thing. He is not winning a damn thing. But you know what? I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares. I think he knows that even if he doesn't win the money, there's greater opportunities for him playing this character who he's playing. And I think that's very smart. But I think he's not smart enough to know how big of a draw Shelley is to the show. And I think the stunt that he pulled is not going to work in his favor. He's so calculated and messy, but he's not wise. And that is going to trip him up. So after Amaya lets Jeremiah know, after Jeremiah started talking too much and messed himself up, after she let him know that she's not interested in him or not pursuing him, Jeremiah was messed up about that. He knew he was on camera, so he didn't want to react. But when she walked away, he sat there. He sat there looking at the dock of the bear. He sat there in silence. Because his type, who he is, the person who he is really attracted to in the villa, shut down any hopes of them ever connecting. And I honestly think that that is who he wants to play the game with or finish out this game with. Because remember, Amaya was cast for Jeremiah. And so she's who he wants to the T. But he blew it, not by saying that he is not going to do anything to disrespect Huda, because that's admirable. But he blew it when he said, I'm excited to see you fight for me. If he just shut up, he could probably win this. But he talked too much. Homeboy, you never shut up. So he messes himself up. So after Amaya shuts down any hopes with Jeremiah, she goes over to the girls and she lets them know, who she's trying to pursue and who she's interested in. And then she says, well, I'm no longer interested in Jeremiah. He let me know that he is serious about Huda. So I'm going to back away from that and leave that alone. All of a sudden, Amaya, who is this home working Jezebel, all of a sudden is this sweet girl that Huda loves. She's a part of the sisterhood. She's hugging her, smiling at her. Now she's saying that she was sorry and she didn't mean to act that way and that she's really emotionally mature. But it was just in that moment she allowed her emotions to get to her. And I was just like, Huda, when are you ever emotionally mature? All Huda does is act out of emotion. She's never acted in logic and she's never acted in strategy. We knew from the moment she started crying after Alondria told her to please chill that she was doing too much. And she'll talk to her later. Huda started that breaking down and crying and acting like a victim, wailing to every and anyone who would listen, to the point where Alondria felt that she had to go and apologize to this woman who she did nothing to, but she knew that Huda's tears was going to do more damage than good, especially for her. When is she not having a meltdown? When is she not overly emotional to a fault? The way this woman thinks that she is being seen in this villa is so freaking delusional. Every time she says, oh, everybody calls us the mom and dad of the group, all that footage that the producers had, they would have showed us that. We've never seen anybody say that. The only people who call you and Jeremiah the mom and dad of the group is you. Jeremiah don't even say that. You're the only one who says that. When are you ever emotionally mature? When are you never not acting out of emotion? Everything you do is by way of emotion. That's how you went from hating Amaya, saying you don't like her, calling her a B, acting like she almost sexually assaulted Jeremiah, to now you love her. She's a part of the sisterhood and you're hugging at her and smiling at her in her face. It's actually a little scary. I'm going to be honest with you. It's actually a little scary and hella weird. It's hella weird. But again, it just proves my theory that I think that this woman is stunted. I think she stopped growing as a person, as Huda, at 19 and clocked out and went into mommy mode. And whatever growth was happening there at 19, she deaded it and she took on this role. So she's been playing this role, but who she is as a person never actually evolved. That's what we're dealing with. And Jeremiah is going to get sick of that because his type is already in the villa. So he's being tempted. And he got Ace, who's just messy in a producer plant. So he's constantly going to be poking at that, because he was even poking at the relationship with Huda when he sat down with her. And he was just like, you guys are closed off and it's only been 4 days. That's ridiculous, Huda. And Huda's like, oh no, we're not closed off. We're not closed off. And Ace was just like, nobody can pull you for a chat. She's like, no, well, nobody asked, because they're assuming that we're closed off. But if somebody wants to pull me for a chat, they can. I don't think that Ace was saying that because he wants to pull her for a chat. I think Ace was saying that because he's going to repeat it to Jeremiah. And that is all Jeremiah needs to start making a move on Amaya. The producers are genius. That's why they fed that light-skinned evil Rumpelstiltskin all that mess and told him, talk to this. But they can't necessarily say it, right? So they'll probably pull the cast and just be like, well, Ace, what do you think about so-and-so? What do you think about Jeremiah and Huda? Do you think that they're the real deal? And Ace will be like, no. And they'll go, why do you think that, right? And instead of telling Ace what to think or say, because they can't, they'll say, would you do that? Would you do something like that? Why wouldn't you do that? After Ace responds, and then they'll move on to something else. So Ace will start thinking these things. And then after he's doing his check-in with his story producer, he'll just go out there and he'll take those questions that are now creating thoughts and narrative in his mind and start doing the dirty work with the rest of the cast. Because that's exactly what he's doing. I don't think that he's into Huda. I really, really don't. I think he thinks that she's a liability. But I think that he is talking to her and talking to Jeremiah because he is absolutely stirring the pot to make these two take each other out. And that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to get hella messy when this falls apart. And Ace is going to be a key component in these two falling apart. I don't typically act out of emotion. Girl, all you do is emotion. Everything is emotion. And no shade, I'm not judging anybody's mothering. I will say by the way she acts, I'm always like, I want to see how you parent. Because this is concerning. This reality TV show aside, this is very concerning that a woman that is raising a small child moves this fast, this deep, this intense with a man she does not know. No shade, Huda, it's giving Love at the Lockup. I can absolutely see this woman on Love at the Lockup. Absolutely, by her decision making alone, perfect candidate for Love after Lockup. So Shelley, right before the recoupling, and she doesn't know this, but right before this, Austin, not to Kevin Federline, is talking to Charlie, right? And Charlie, what the hell was going on in this chair? Charlie is sweet on Hannah. And I think they're like the real deal. I think these two like really, really like each other. Charlie is sweet on Hannah. And remember, he was sweet on Shelley in the beginning. This is, guys, for me, when I watch Love Island, I always watch how the bombshells move. And the reason why I watch that is because the bombshells are watching the show not only like us, they're watching it like production. So what production is getting, they are getting, and they are seeing everything. And the bombshells are not Love Islanders, right? They are people who are coming on this show with a purpose. Their strategy is to break up a coupling and get with somebody and take it to the end. So that is their strategy. They are coming in to win. They are coming in going after the strongest people on the show and trying to get into that coupling. That's why it is absolutely confirmed for me that Shelley is the producer darling. That is the one who they are writing a story around, and that is the one who, if she's not number one, she's going to be in the top three. She getting something. She's getting something because the way Charlie entered that villa, he was about Shelley and nobody else. It was all about Shelley. And again, Charlie has been watching the show. He's been watching all of the footage like the rest of the bombshells who have a strategy. They have a one-up on the Islanders because they have a strategy going in. They know who's the popular one. They know who's the one that's going to get them to the end. And they know the ones that are strong that they have to break up so they can either get into that coupling or they can get those people out of here. They are the only ones, the bombshells are the only one who comes on this show with an actual gameplay because they've watched how everybody has been interacting. So he came on here for Shelley right out the gate and was never letting up until Hannah came into the villa. And I think the reason why he let up on Shelley was because Shelley was just like, this is friendship, is closed up, like it's not really anything there. And although he was trying, he just realized he couldn't get anywhere with her. And he really, really likes Hannah. And now he's no longer a bombshell. Like he's in the game. He's in the game now. So he's trying to now write his arc. But he was the one who confirmed for me that Shelley is basically the lead of this season, that she is the one that the producers is crafting a story, is creating an arc for this show. We're going to see some highs and lows. And you know what? This could change with the gameplay. this could absolutely change because remember, the girl for last season who had the arc, who had the story, was Janae. Remember, it was all footage about Janae. It was all Janae talking about how she's 27 and, she's seriously here to find love. She had the most confessionals out of anyone from the beginning. Then Rob and Leah came out of nowhere. And that was the focus for a while. And then Serena and Cordell came out running. They took off running and surpassed everybody so that their unexpected storyline, their unexpected arc was so powerful. Like the last 4 or 5 episodes is just about them. We had other things. We would go back to storylines, but we always circle back to Serena and Cordell. So right now, Shelley is that girl that everybody's trying to get with. And I guarantee you the next bombshells that come will be going straight after her. So anyway, Charlie and Austin are talking about Shelley. And Charlie is still kind of sweet on Shelley. Like I won't say that he's still interested in her because I think he's sweet on Hannah, but I think that he is attracted, like he's attracted to her because he, whenever Charlie gets a moment, he lets us know or the Islanders know how hot Shelley is. So Charlie and Austin are talking about Shelley, and like Charlie's just like, where are you at with that? And Austin's like, I don't know. So Shelley comes over and she wants to talk to Austin, and Austin is just like, are you closed off? Like, what is happening there? And Shelley out of nowhere is just like, oh no, I'm not closed off. I'm interested. At first it was a friendship vibe, but I'm interested to see if it could be more. And I'm like, Shelley, what the hell is happening? Did a producer hint to you that you might be at the bottom? Something happened because that was just so weird. We didn't really see Shelley and Austin interact at all this episode. All for Shelley to pull Austin for a chat and say that she's open. We missed something. The editing was very wonky this episode, in my opinion. However, I'm glad that Shelley did that, which makes me think this was producer prodding because that gave Austin hope. Because right while Shelley and Austin are talking and trying to connect, very awkward conversation, it's nothing there. Poor Austin, not poor Austin. He just doesn't have a personality and he cannot mac. It's just bad. I will say when he was talking to Hannah, he was giving a little something, but it just wasn't enough. Anyway, while Austin and Shelley are talking, Shelley gets a text and it's about a recoupling. This time the boys choose. So let's get to the recoupling. The boys are in power this time and the girls are scrambling, especially Bella, because Nick is telling everybody that they're 50-50. Bella and Sierra. Nick is saying that they are 50-50. So neither one of them really knows where they're at but Nick. I will say I kind of knew how this was going to end because we talked about it in the chat. But when Nick and Bella were hanging out in the hideaway and Nick was trying to get to know Bella more because they just was like real passionate in the last challenge. And so he's trying to like get to know her more and he's just trying to find out stuff about it. He's like, so what do you like to do? And Bella's answer, I don't think anything was wrong with that answer because that's what she does. You know what I mean? She doesn't do much. She's real chill. But it was the way she answered the question and Nick's reaction. I felt in that moment, Nick felt as if him and Bella were not on the same page mentally or in maturity. Because you could just, in my opinion, you could just see him get turned off by her answer. It was really, I don't know, like I don't do, much of that. And I just be chilling. And he was like, And he looked up. He never looked at her. One thing about these men on this show, when they are no longer interested, they cannot make eye contact with the girl anymore. They cannot make eye contact. And after Bella's answer, he just stayed looking up. Never looked at her again throughout that conversation. And Bella was looking at him and she was trying to engage with him and her body language was like really into him, but he was just like disassociating. And I was just like, oh my gosh, the Black American princess might be going home tonight. Anyway, so we get to the recoupling. Like I said before, the boys have power. Sierra and Bella are really scared and uncertain. Bella is crying, saying, "I know my worth. I know my worth, and you see my worth, Huda. You see my worth, and I just want to know if he sees my worth." And I'm like, oh, there goes the spiritual psychosis. Anyway, so Jeremiah goes first, and he gives this big speech about Huda and how these two are so comfortable together, and he loves waking up next to her, and he chooses Huda, of course, the mom and dad of the self-proclaimed mom and dad of the villa. She gives her little speech because Ariana asked her how she feels about that. And she says that she's very excited, and she's just excited to see if this is real. And as soon as she says that, Ace just nods his head and gives the camera this big grin because he's fitting to blow that situation up. And I'm telling you, that is why he was talking to her, guys. I don't think he was talking to Huda because he wants to couple up with her. Ace was talking to Huda because he knows her tea and he knows Jeremiah's tea. And when the time is right, he is going to drop dissension between the both of them. I feel like he's going to tell them at different times that both of them said that they were open and not closed off. And he's going to say it in a way to make each other believe that they are not as connected as they thought they were. That's exactly why that boy smiled, because he knows that they have both told him that they are open, but they acting like they closed off. He's about to turn that villa upside down by being messy. He is the Rob of the season, y'all. He is the Rob of the season. So then Taylor goes and he chooses Alondria. I like them. They both said that they are a slow burn, but this show you can't maybe you can, because I was about to say this show you can't slow burn, but Serena was a slow burn child. She was a slow burn. So I don't know. I do not know. For some reason, I just don't feel these two lasting much longer. But I like them. I like them both individually, but I just don't see them lasting much longer after this. Charlie picks Hannah. They seem to really like each other. They seem to be very sweet on each other. I think that's real. I think that's real. Then Ace goes. And he gives this speech about how funny this woman is. And he just loves getting to know her. And he cannot wait to continue to spend more time with her. And he says, and for that reason, I choose Amaya. You had one conversation with Amaya. How was she funny? She told one joke that maybe got a chuckle. When I get going, my hands are not the only thing that's clapping. I guess she's just a regular queen of comedy, huh? If that's what got you going to make you make that choice, that was mad weird. And the reason why I didn't like it is because Shelley was on the chopping block. And instead of saving her, instead of saving Shelley, you chose to save Amaya with the option, knowing that Shelley was going to go home. I'm not even going to give him the benefit of the doubt and being like, oh, he's a producer plant, so he knew that Shelley was safe. I'm not going to give him that because I don't think he knows too much. I think he knows just enough to play his role. But I don't think he knows everything. So if Shelley on the chopping block, you chose Amaya. Now, here's the thing. I knew that Shelley wasn't going to go home. When we saw that clip of her having that conversation with Austin, I knew that she was going to be picked by the enemy. But I didn't like that stunt that this demonic Cisco pulled. You mess with the wrong fan base, beloved. You mess with the wrong fan base. So he picks Amaya, and Shelley just looks down because she thought it was her. Girl, me too. Me too. I thought it was you as well. But he played me. He played me. And again, that's what you get for trusting men. It happens, child. It happens. So then right after Ace, thanks, Austin. Austin chooses Shelley, and our girl gets to live another day. Um, I'm not going to do too much with Austin because, yeah, I'm not going to do too much, but thanks, Austin. Thank you for doing what you need to do. Anyway, I wasn't surprised by Nick. Nick was absolutely left at the end because he had to pick from Bella and Sierra. I knew that our Black American princess was going home, or the Black American princess's tether. I knew that she was going home just because of that conversation with her and Nick in the hideaway. I knew. I knew that Bella and her coochie was going home. And so Nick goes and he gives his speech, and he's just like, this woman I had such a really good time with. I love how we connect. And I just think, I love our conversations that we have. And I'm just like, when he said conversations, I was just like, he's talking about Sierra. Nick was not talking about Bella. And then he said, and I especially love our time in the photo booth. And that's when Bella went, because she knew she was going home. She knew she was going home. And Sierra, she tried to hold in her excitement. But that's when Nick said, and I choose Sierra. Sierra goes to sit next to Nick. Bella crumbles. Huda starts crying and breaking down. And Ariana asks Bella how she feels, and Bella says, that's what I get for not putting myself first. Here's the thing, Bella, because recovering Christian girl, I see exactly where this is going. I knew at the end she was going to have this speech about Jesus Christ because she's going to blame the devil for Nick not picking her. That's the thing. It's never you, it's always the devil. And I really hope that she doesn't take this moment and, let Christian psychosis play in her mind, and she tries to make this show demonic, and then she's on TikTok renouncing the show and all of this stuff because it didn't go her way. It's not the devil because it didn't go your way. It just did not work out because Nick realized, although I don't agree with him doing a 50-50 and all of that stuff, but it just did not go your way because Nick realized that mentally you two were just not compatible. Intellectually, in maturity, you two were not compatible. And yes, you did what you had to do. You hopped on Pacey, you grinded on the peen, you kicked, you kissed, you sucked, you licked, you played the game. You were an overachiever. But at the end of the day, it was who he felt like he could spend more time with. And outside of you two making out, there just wasn't much there for him. And I got to be honest, girl, for you, I never felt like she was that into Nick. I just felt like she didn't want to leave the show. So we just have to be honest here on both ends. But I will say, I love that she did not let Nick have the happy ending that he wanted, because she's crying, the girls are crying, and Nick goes to pull her aside. And he's like, I just want to make sure you're okay. She's like, I'm not, period. And then he's just like, everything's going to work out. She said, well, this didn't work out. Like, she's not going to let him off easy, because at the end of the day, Nick also did deceive her as well. And Sierra was very mature about it. And she was just like, listen, I don't want to be led astray. So just let me know where you're at. And him not being honest was leading the both of them on. So that's where I feel like Nick went wrong, is that he was leading the both of them on. And I felt like the 50 and 70-30, that was shallow, but he doesn't have a frontal lobe. So I'm gonna let that slide, right? I'm gonna let that slide because he's still growing, just like Bella, just like our girl Bella. But I really hope that this does not send her into some, like, you know, Christian psychosis spiral, and she's just ruining a really great opportunity for her, because if she wants to work this reality TV show thing, she could work it. She could work it. She's good TV. She's fun to watch. She's a trending character. So I hope she doesn't ruin opportunities that are coming our way. So our girl Bella is off the villa. So now the couples that we have, unfortunately, are Austin and Shelley. Unfortunately, again, Huda and Jeremiah, great for us, and ratings go when this relationship falls apart. Nicholas and Sierra, Alondria and Taylor, Ace and Amaya, Hannah and Charlie. Those are our couples now. I gotta be honest with you, I don't see any of these couples at the end. I feel like everybody's going to have a shakeup. I don't think that any of these couples are going to make it to the end, because I got to be honest with you, I still don't feel like his type has entered the villa or his type has entertained him. So I feel like he's going to be a definite guy that gets his head turned throughout the season. I don't know what game this boy is playing. I'm very concerned about his gameplay, but I don't see him lasting much longer, because one, he's going to start making enemy out of the guys because they called his game. They were just like, you ask us everything about us, but we don't know nothing about you. So I don't know if he's going to last long in this game, but I absolutely see Alondria and Shelley at the end. And it's not just because they're likable, right? It's also because I think they charm producers and the casting. And so by the time they got to the villa, their fate was already set. Their fate was already set, especially this young lady. Ariana loves her. Ariana loves her, and she talks about her all the time. These two are producer faves. They're going to be in the end. I don't know who with. But I absolutely see Alondria and Shelley at the end. I don't know about anybody else, but Alondria and Shelley are the ones that I see in the end. And unfortunately for us, we lost our girl. We lost a good time, a fun little ditty. Goodbye, Bella. It was fun while it lasted. That's all I have to say for this episode. What do you guys have to say? We got a lot of comments in the chat. So let's talk about it. I'm going to try to get as many as I can, just because we got 237 people in here, and I better have 237 likes. Let's get the likes up, guys. Obviously me, thank you again for another super chat. Obviously me said, why did people trust the light-skinned man with the waves? That was your first strike. Come on now. Don't do that, because we had a light-skinned, well, we have a mixed race last season with the deep waves, and he actually turned out to be a really good guy. So we're not going to throw Ace away just because of that, but we're going to throw Ace away because of how he did our girl Shelley. It's lights for him. It's lights for him. Um, Hey, Imani said, I agree. Something seems so off. Things are going in a weird direction. I'm telling you, editing was weird. We missed something. Paula Girl said, Lady Nikki, your hairstyle so versatile. Oh, beautiful. Thank you. I'm traveling. So y'all know when I travel, I always throw it in the ponytail. It's the easiest thing that I can do. I cannot do it. But thank you so much, Paula Girl. Hannah said Nick wasn't feeling Bella. She is so boring too. I also think it was a maturity thing. Their conversations, he was like, I felt like he was talking to like a kid, but that's the thing. I think Bella's inexperience kept her in a very youthful state that Nick's experience did not allow him to be. And I think that's just what it was. And it's not just sexually, it's also socially, right? Bella does seem to come from a very shelter kind of community. You church girls stand up. You know what I'm talking about, right? You know, it's like even though you're out and about and around others, the church community is still very, very secluded in a way and sheltered in a way. And Nick is young. He wants to have fun and he's done some things and he wants to be with someone who has the same experience level, not just sexually, but also mentally. You know what I mean? And I think Bella was just going to be too much work for him, not even off the show, on the show. It was going to be a lot of work for him. And sad to say, Sierra just seems like an easier match. I think that Sierra is easy now because Nick was making her think that Bella wasn't much competition. But now in the next episode that she knows that he kissed Bella right before he kissed her, I don't know if Nick is going to have it so easy now. Hey, Kaylee. Kaylee said, but I agree. He wants her to make up for the rejection, similar to how Taylor wanted to get back with Alondria by standing up. Absolutely. These men are not emotionally mature, right? Or mature in just the, it's like men are just don't mature as fast as women. It's nothing about them physically that does that. It's just society. Society stunts men and make women grow up extremely fast. Women, our childhood, I believe, ends at 4. After that, everybody's putting all these roles on us. They're putting mother on us. We have to dress a certain way because now our young bodies are, for men sexually. So we have to dress a certain way to not lead men to sin. The body parts that are protruding out of us that we can't control. Now we're children. We have to figure out a way to control that. We're doing chores. We're making sure that we know who we are, that we know that we're a helpmate for men. We do not get a childhood. Men are allowed to be kids even up until 30. Even up until 30. We are grown women at 5. My God, today. So that's what I think is just happening. And we're just seeing it reflect in our everyday life. Like, this is society. The men are not nearly as mature, as educated, as wise as the women on this show, except for Bella, who comes from a very sheltered religious community, it appears to be. But we're seeing that there is just such a great divide, and a lot of the women are falling into like mothering positions and like, I don't want to say petting, but like trying to ease the men's decision. Like with the way Sierra talks to Nick, she's so delicate. She's so kind. She doesn't want to set him off. She doesn't want to, make him mad, but she just wants to make sure that he respects her feelings. And it's so unfortunate that she has to approach him that way because she can't let him know how she really feels. And then he'll cool off on that and not realize, you know what, damn, she should feel that way because I am leading her on. She can't do that. And it's extremely unfortunate, but they are very childish. They are very childish. Taylor and Alondria, they could have been in a much better place. But instead of Taylor saying he didn't like that she kissed Ace, he wanted to embarrass her and make her feel the hurt that he felt. If he would have been honest with her and say, well, that did hurt me because I really am feeling you and I liked you and I thought that you felt the same way, and you kissing Ace made me feel like you don't have the same feelings that I do. But he lied and he said, oh no, I'm cool. I'm chill. It's fine. No, it's good. Like, yeah, I feel, no, you don't. You realize in that moment you like her more than she likes you, and now you feel like a fool. Pride ruins everything, according to Huda, and she don't live in reality. She don't live in reality. Hey, Ryan. Ryan said, I mean, Ariana on After Sun says she plans to shake couples up because she doesn't like when people lock in too soon. Well, yeah, guys, but we all know that Huda and Jeremiah are falling apart. They are just waiting and buying time and letting Jeremiah jack himself up so that Huda can have a bigger reaction. Here's the thing with reality TV. It's wicked. It's wicked. That's why I always say when these people come on these TV shows, please exploit this show back because they are going to be exploiting you. Huda and Jeremiah could have been got out of there, but they are going to wait. They are going to wait and let these two get deep and deeper. It's already day 4. Absolutely, they're not going to let them go right away. The show is still new. It's still getting fresh eyes on it. They're going to make you lock into this couple and their ridiculousness, and then they're going to destroy it. And watch the show go viral yet again. Happens every season. Kaylee said, I would like this to become Queer Island. It just may. It just may. Austin is going to snap if a woman comes on that villa for Shelley. He already got an issue with her having sex with women. You saw his face when they was doing the body count challenge. I don't get annoying from her. I actually like her. I don't see any problem with her. What Cocoa Puffs? What do you see? What is annoying to you about Amaya? Obviously, me said. How are y'all genuinely surprised that Nick chose Sierra? Yeah, I wasn't surprised. I just felt like he could talk to her, not just grind on her. And he just couldn't talk to Bella. I think it was little sister vibes. NC said, just finished this episode, and why am I low-key fuming over this silly show? LOL. Ace, you had one job and you failed. And Nick, boy, bye. Kaylee said, Addison said, are you playing the real video? What's going on? Did somebody tell you that I streamed the show? Because I don't. Kaylee said, we should be getting new male bombshells now. I'm so excited. And no conquistadors. I think we are getting matches for Shelley and Alondria. I think we're getting their type. I think Alondria thought that Taylor was her type, but I think that they are sending her type in. Janelle said, Jeremiah ain't looking to be a stepdad. He just wants to get to the money. Yep. He absolutely is. Brianna says Sierra is going to find out that Nick kissed Bella the same day he kissed Sierra, and now I feel bad for the both of them. It's going to be good TV, though, child. Hey, Mel, how are you? Eva said, I think they are waiting to bring Shelley and Ace together later on. It's too soon now. They have to explore more before locking it down. I absolutely think that what Ace did in this recoupling, I think Shelley's done. I think Shelley's done because all of that conversation he was having with her and how he continues to lead her on and telling, oh my God, your skin is just so gorgeous. What's your nationality? All of that mess. Ace is playing a game. He knows that. He been talking to Shelley. He knows she's Haitian. What are you doing? What are you doing? Why are you playing these games? And I feel like that whole, your skin is so gorgeous. Ace, you're not slick. You're not slick. You trying to play to the fans. We already see you. Irene said Amaya isn't messy. She's a bombshell doing what she's supposed to do. Absolutely. Kaylee said Amaya gives me, she relies a little on being light-skinned and having green eyes because she's, I don't know if she relies on being light-skinned because I think she's Afro-Latina. I don't think she's Black American. And I feel like, not saying that colorism isn't a problem in the diaspora in general, but I think her light eyes and hair texture are more important to her than the fact that she's light. Because I don't get that. I feel like Black American girls relying more on being light skinned, but Amaya does rely the hell on them eyes. I'm like, girl, it's okay to blink. It's okay to blink. Again, I don't see any issue with her though. She don't rub me the wrong way. Ice Macchiato said, why was Bella's lip blue? I was thinking about that too. And I was just like, is maybe that why Bella is going home? Because it was a bump too. It was blue and it was a bump. And I said, what's going on, Bella? What is going on? Yeah, Amaya didn't do anything wrong. And honestly, I think she felt bad. She was sitting there like she didn't even look at Ace, didn't even say thank you for choosing her. And I don't think she wanted to be there. I think she picked Ace and Austin because they were low-hanging fruit. But I don't think she wants to be with either one of them. And I also don't think that she wanted to be picked by Ace because she knows how popular Shelley is. Because again, the bombshells are watching the show. She don't want to be on Shelley's bad side, or she doesn't want to look like she is, stealing from Shelley, who is very popular. She was also very smart by clearing up the whole stuff with Jeremiah and Huda, because at the end of the day, America votes. And they have to play to both audience. They have to play to every audience. B. Nichols said they definitely didn't show all of Ace and Amaya's conversation. Production was doing their thing to make the vote closer. I think so too. Something was off. Brianna says Sierra is, I'm sorry, I got that one. Celeste 1914 said we are definitely missing an Amaya and Ace combo. We absolutely are. Because I'm like, that whole speech, I'm like, what are you talking about with Amaya? Didn't y'all just talk like right before recoupling? I'm confused. Oh, thank you. The lighting is terrible. I hate that I'm so pixelated, but the lighting will be better in the next few days. But thank you so much, Janelle. And I'm telling you, they are the faves. They are the faves this season. Brianna says Sierra is. Why do I keep on getting this? For some reason, it's like repeating this. I'm so sorry, Sierra. Jasmine said, I enjoyed After Sun last year with Maura Higgins. Not a fan of this new host. I won't say I'm not a fan of the new host. I just enjoyed more and more because I know her and I watched her season. This new host, I don't know, but I guess she was really popular because Ariana was just like, oh, I'm such a huge fan. And I'm like, oh my God, who is this? I don't know this lady. I don't know this lady. I'm not holding space. That stunt he pulled, I said, okay, well, have fun because you won't be here long. Enjoy the pool now because you're going. You're going. He did. And up until then, I thought he was a smart game player. Now I'm like, oh, you are just messy. You're just messy. Kaylee said, not choke, but it did give Shelley already knew he wasn't picking her the way she was looking everywhere but him. Yes, something happened, y'all. We missed something. I think it's done. I don't think she liked what he did, guys. And I don't think he's going to be able to get her back because I'm telling you, that conversation that he had with her, gassing her up, and then you pick Amaya, I think she's done. I think she's done. There was no connection, so it did not make sense. It did not make sense. But I honestly think that Ace is going to still try to pursue Shelley because I think he knows that Shelley is going to end up at the end, and he's going to want to ride on her coattails straight to the victory. But I think he messed up by showing Shelley his hand. I think he messed up. I think she sees him now, and I don't think she's interested any longer. I will say, I do see her until her type walks into that villa. I do see her entertaining him and being smart enough to not piss anybody off or reject any guy. But I think she's done with him. She absolutely Solis deserved better. Absolutely. Spency said Ace looked gross, but I think when Amaya said she makes her cheek clap, he changed his mind. Yeah, I can't believe that was it. That was the line that got you? Okay. They're not. So that's why I was just like, oh, you're not playing the game. You're not winning with her. You are not winning with her. It's not happening. Not happening. Metamorphosis said, Nikki, I was confused too. Like strategically, Shelley would have been a logical choice, but yeah, it didn't make any sense. It didn't. Like, that was it? Foolish. But again, he's the Rob of the season, guys. He's the Rob of the season. Remember, out of nowhere, Rob was chasing after Leah, right? Love bombing the hell out of her, only to choose that what is her name? The blonde girl with the black eyebrows, only to choose her and didn't even really like her. Didn't even really like her. As soon as she left, he was on to something else and playing with Leah again, all over the place. Ace is the Rob of the season. Confusing, coming in, you think that he's smart, that he's playing the game, that, you know, he's going after the right girl, the popular girl, and they're going to take it to the end and win. And then he makes such a dumb choice. You're watching like, what you do that for? That doesn't make any sense. And then you're just watching this guy blow the lead. You're looking at him just make dumb decisions, but they're interesting. They get these great moments. And then you're like, oh, he's a producer plant. He's actually not here to win because the producer plant can't win. So he's just here to be messy. He's the Rob of the season. He's the Rob of the season. Absolutely. I agree with that. I was holding space. But, you know, after this decision making, I'm just like, yeah, I want them to send somebody older. Do they send? Oh, they do send people in their 30s. They do send people in their 30s. Or maybe that's Love Island UK. Love Island UK has some old birds on there. I was like, oh, this is a little up there, a little long in the tooth for these 22-year-old contestants. Absolute mess. But I think we're going to get some good male bombshells that are going to have them boys shaking. Because right now the men think they have the upper hand. They think they're the prize. Oh, they about to get some competition. Love, like you are, said, don't worry, a tall chocolate man or woman is going to come for Shelley. Ace and them kneecaps not making it to the finals. Oh, absolutely not. He's not winning. He is not winning. Yeah, she can't. It's a disservice to have a man, for her to be coupled up with a man that's playing with her. It's a disservice. This girl is too hot for this. It does not make no sense. It does not make any sense that he's playing like this. There is none. I'm telling you, this is Rob. He is Rob. There is no game plan. Ryan said, Ace is here for the love of the game. He's a Leo. I am too. We can't be stunt queens. He just here. He just having a good time. He is just having a good time. Paula Girl said, agree, whoever said it. Shelley's too mentally grown for Ace. Absolutely. Celeste 1914 said, I was mainly upset with Ace choosing Amaya because I thought Austin would choose Amaya for sure. Absolutely. But I mean, Austin chose Shelley. Another woman is not interested in him. It would have been the same thing with Amaya. Kaylee said Jeremiah was trying not to show how much he liked that, hence why Amaya said she's still going to go for it. No, but she said she's not. He was trying to leave the door open, but he messed up when he said, I'm excited to see you fight for me. And she was like, oh no, absolutely not. Absolutely no. You got the wrong one, baby. Hannah Violet said the microaggressions from Huda is exhausting. First the crying after being called out by Alondria, and now the name calling. And did you see her try to do the same thing with Bella? When I saw Bella comforting her, she always makes it about herself. Bella is being eliminated. She's leaving the villa. Why are you crying and saying it isn't right, it isn't fair? You're taking focus away from Bella and you're making Bella's moment about you. You did the same thing to Alondria and Shelley. You made that moment about you, because all of that, these are goddesses and all that, while holding Jeremiah's hand. You're literally holding the hand of a man that chose you, while these two women are sitting up there up for elimination. And a moment that should be about them, you made it about you. Bella is heartbroken, leaving the villa, embarrassed, and you made that moment about you. Ciao. Jeremiah is definitely forcing it because now that he know that he lost Amaya, he gonna fast track that breakup. He is going to fast track that breakup, but he can't do it in a way where it's obvious. So he's going to try to do it in a way where Huda becomes the problem. And she's so problematic, it's going to be so easy for him to do. Um, Ryan said Huda Judas is really immature and gaslighting herself. Child. Just John said Ace is a child. I know it's a game, but it's still nice to see people trying to make connection. From that standpoint, he is too young for Shelley, waste of her time. Absolutely. Me too. I don't want her stuck with him, and I don't want her trying to fall for him to remain on this show. I need them. We need male bombshells today. Tall, dark, chocolate, buffed, fly, swag on fleek, HBCU grad, older. I need a nice 30-31 for the both of them. Oh, she's over her. She's been over Huda since Huda said that mess to her about Amaya. Shelley didn't like that. Shelley didn't like that because now all of a sudden it's a sisterhood. When she said that, when Amaya said she no longer liked Jeremiah, she wasn't in the sisterhood until then. Girl, oh, she's so stunted. It's so tough to watch. Jennifer said Ace wants a girl fawning over him when he isn't even putting in the work. Yep, and he's going home, just like Cinco. Just like Cinco. Cinco would not put in the work. Everybody was like, go get Cachet. She's ready. She's there. Pursue her. And he just would not fight for her. He would not fight for her. Yep, it's only a sisterhood when she doesn't feel threatened. You are right. Hey, Clarissa. Clarissa said, I just want someone really there for Alondria and Shelley. Come on, Love Island, God's producers. I'm telling you, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. B. Nichols said, I think Jeremiah thinks Huda will be a fan favorite, and that is the reason he is sticking by her till the end. He's only in it for the money. Let's be real. Oh, absolutely. He does not like Huda. Huda gets on his nerves. Jeremiah feels smothered by her. You can tell he no longer likes her because, guys, go back and watch this episode. He does not make eye contact with her. He's over it and desperately thinking of a way to get out of it. And I'm telling you, when Amaya says she's cooling on him, he, in his mind, is trying to fast track a way to get out of that coupling. Ryan said, also, I have to say, although Huda is annoying, the hate on TikTok has been insane. Her getting exposed for sex work is diabolical. Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't know anybody did that. And I said, I mean, I will say this. The people on Love Island who come on Love Island doing sex work, okay, I'm not shocked. I mean, this show is basically a form of sex work. Like, what are we talking about? That's the natural progression, isn't it? Like, that's the natural progression. And word on the street, you ain't heard this from me, but word on the street is that a lot of these Love Islanders are yacht boys and yacht girls. Child, they said they be busting it open on them yachts for billionaires. Allegedly, girl, allegedly. But okay, so she's doing sex work. Y'all watch her deep throat a popsicle. You're a customer. You're one of Huda's customers. Miss Brown Sugar said it's only a problem because she insisted on bragging about her emotional maturity. She's still young. Oh, absolutely. She's just not likable. That's the thing. She's not likable. She has a bad personality, and it comes out when she does not get her way. Chrissy said Jeremiah might have the ick with Huda, but he won't leave her because he is scamming. Oh, I think he has a plan, guys. it might not go well because he's so dumb. I won't say dumb. Forgive me, Lord. It's Sunday. I'm sorry. He's not that bright. So he constantly tells his plan, but he tells his plan to somebody who is not as bright as he is. She's less bright than he is. So she never hears what he's saying. Huda can't hear him and she can't see him because the body language he is giving her, he is not that into you. And what he is saying to you, he does not plan to leave this show with you or to stay in a coupling with you. When you told him you had a child, he said to you, "Oh, that's not a problem for now." He also told you, if we win this thing, we might just go on and win this thing. Then we can see what this relationship is like outside of the villa. Jeremiah, although he's not that bright, he's very calculated. And he is telling Huda his intentions, but Huda can't hear it because she has crafted what this relationship is in her mind. So you can't tell her what it is because she sees, hears, and thinks this relationship is a lot has progressed a lot farther than it actually has. It's actually digressing, digressing. Child, I'm sounding like Jeremiah. Janelle said, "Yes, Nikki. Jeremiah body language is very telling. He's just not that into her." He got maybe another week. It's about to get chaotic. Absolutely. But I think the producers are going to hold on to him. They're going to switch it up as much as they can to keep them two in the villa until we get close to the end. I'm telling you, I think we're going to get a repeat of Love Island UK season 5 where Jeremiah does something dumb and asks Huda to be his girlfriend. And then they send in the ultimate bombshell for Jeremiah, and all of a sudden he just wants to be friends again. I'm telling you, we're going to get something like that on that level. Polymer Girl said Shelley needs a female by bombshell. She's the most interesting person this season. Absolutely, she's going to get it. I'm telling you, that's happening. That's coming. She's about to have her pick of the litter. Eva said Jeremiah is trying to win the game, but Casa Amor is going to break him. Oh, absolutely. And they're looking to break him at Casa Amor. Sarah, thank you for saying this because that's absolutely going to happen. Sarah said once Jeremiah is at the bottom 2 votes with Huda, he is going to move to the next. Absolutely. Once he realizes that this relationship is not working for him like he thought it was, he's out because he's here for self. Zora S said, for the sake of her blood pressure, Huda needs to take a deep breath. Absolutely. Megan said, if Jeremiah wants to win, he needs to get away from Huda. She is not a fan favorite, but right now he thinks she is. Right now, he thinks that they're killing it. He's absolutely just there for the money. E for Empathy said, we can't keep Huda and Jeremiah for Casa. I don't think he's going to do anything with his eye on the prize, the bag, not Huda. We can't risk them being in the finals. I'm telling you, if the producers set it up like this, they're geniuses. If we get a vote with Huda and Jeremiah and they're in the bottom, and then we get Casa, it's lights for this relationship. Lights. I don't think Amaya would be down because Jeremiah reveals himself to her. I don't think that she will be down, but somebody will be. Somebody will be. Thank you, Kaylee. Great observation. Kaylee said he didn't even ask nothing about said child. His mind was on the money. Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, Dominique. Dominique said her ex-boyfriend on TikTok tagging Love Island. Her ex-boyfriend on TikTok tagging Love Island that Jeremiah needs to get far away from Huda. Not the ex-boyfriend has entered the chat. Yeah, that's the thing. And Coy, everybody was forcing him, like Cinco, to pursue Janae. Coy would have been up there with Janae had he pursued her. He didn't. And Janae was having so many conversations with him, crying with him, like crying over him or crying to him, and he still never did it. He still never did it. Jennifer said, we need men in that villa. That will be Shelley's level and it will be all about her. Absolutely. Smithy says, Shelley and Alondria need two gorgeous people. Oh, it's coming. Kaylee says, season 6 cast were actually into each other. This season, we haven't really seen them interact like that. It's still pretty early, though. It's still pretty early. I agree, Ryan. Ryan says season 6 was so authentic, most authentic reality TV in a very long time. I agree. Spency also said, also, Ariana loves Alondria. She's going to make sure both her and Shelley are good. I agree. I agree. I will say, I'm not a fan of Charlie, but they do seem cute. They seem to really be into each other, but also they're bombshells, guys. They could be playing the game. They're bombshells. They could be playing the game. Um, Kaylee said Cordell was a special case because he was a lover boy through and through, despite knowing he was fighting an uphill battle with Serena. Yep. Yep. He's getting annoyed with her. He's getting annoyed with her. And when they get them low votes, he's breaking free. He's breaking free. I think that did him in. I think he was trying to recreate what Cordell did in the intro of last season, and it didn't work. It didn't work. Oh yeah, I saw the video of his girlfriend, his ex-girlfriend, who was saying that so Taylor's ex-girlfriend, who was a cowgirl, so they're really into it. And I will say, Taylor's ex-girlfriend, I was gagged. I was like, you dated Taylor? It just, I would never put them together, but they both auditioned for the show, and Taylor got picked over her. I will say she seems bitter, and she will agree with me because she was saying in the comments, she basically wants to come on the show as a bombshell. And I think for her, they just might do it. They just might do it. That's the thing. A lot of his friends are like sharing videos of him back at his HBCU, and they're like, Taylor is really cool. We don't know why he's making these decisions. Hey Brittany, how are you? Thank you so much. Thank you so much for being here. You did, but that's okay. You could be replay gang. I think he was hired to be robbed, though. I really, really do. We know nothing about him. We know nothing about him. Sola said people were Serena and Cordell for Halloween and had t-shirts. I need to find a Serena to my Cordell. Yep. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Jasmine said people thought Cordell was corny at first. I'm giving Taylor some time to cook. I agree with you, Jasmine. I don't think Taylor has time. We also have to realize Cordell had a famous brother who was like, who helped him. Like, we got to be honest, like, he had people voting for his brother every time there was a vote. Also, the fact that we had a celebrity brother on the show worked for Cordell with production in ways that it just will not work for Taylor. I don't think he has the same amount of time as Cordell. I didn't see that, but that would make sense why he's moving the way he's moving. Absolutely. Thank you, Janelle. Janelle said, like the video, everyone. There's 200 people watching. We got 240. Let's have 240 likes, please. Thank you all so much for joining me. Josie said, I think Taylor is a natural goof, but he and Ola are coasting until they get their type. I agree with that. Hannah said, Nick and other men, black and non-black, need to check for Alondria. Taylor's just goofy, but doesn't try to seduce her. Here's the thing. I think Nick may circle back. I think Nick may circle back for Alondria. I don't know. Something is telling me that Nick is an unstable guy. I told you, I think that he's going to be back and forth with a lot of people. I think it's going to be back and forth with a lot of people. Ice Macchiato said, I don't want to see anyone from another continent on here. That pissed me off so bad. I think it may happen. I will say if we do get, because they seem to pick from UK or Australia. I don't want them to pick from Australia. No shade. I just, the Australian bombshells, we be having a time with them, child. Um, I think Love Island USA likes to pick from the UK a lot. I hope they pick Black UK guys. I think that would that will go over better than the white UK boys. Just because the white UK boys for me just haven't been working. I think we need to let's throw some Black UK boys in the mix. I prefer Black American, but if we're going to pick from the UK, I need for them to be Black. Spency said, "I need a tall Black American man who can look down on Ace." Absolutely, I need him to be fine and funny with some nasty swag. Yes. She needs it. I'm telling you, oh my God, if we get a big dog, HBCU big dog, oh, Hercules. I can see that. That's why I asked for a nice dark skin Q. Kaylee said, Ola said on After the Sun, he's perfect on paper, but they are lacking affection. I agree. I can see him being intimidated by her. Absolutely. She got nothing to play with. I can absolutely see him being intimidated by her. We need it. We need it. We need it. Kaylee said, we don't need a Jalen Hurts. He keeps a Black woman near him. We do need a Jalen Hurts. He keeps a Black woman near him romantically and financially. Absolutely. This is what I always try to tell y'all. Like, y'all be getting on me sometimes when I be talking about like the Black guys and like the couplings on specifically Love Island. For some reason, y'all think that Black men on Love Island do not like go for the Black girls that don't want to be with the Black women. And I keep on telling you, reality TV, especially reality TV shows, all TV shows, but especially reality TV, they are casting for a certain audience. And we have to realize the Blacks just got here. Love Island had a huge white audience. Love Island in general, right? Specifically talking about Love Island USA, they had a huge white audience, and that audience wasn't as powerful as the UK audience. So Love Island really catered to Love Island UK, mainly because it was the first show, but also that fan base is dedicated, but it's a mainly white fan base. Season 6 changed the game for Love Island USA because Black people came in and shut it down. So now they are moving and changing things to appease that audience. Because when it first started out, specifically speaking about Love Island USA, it was CBS. Season 6 turned it into UPN. Okay, the WB. You know what I mean? So it with that switch up, now they have to cater to this audience, and I really do think that we're going to get that now. But before they were catering to a white audience, so you have to pick people that are always going to go after a white person on this show. Why? Because white people are watching. And especially white women, they are watching the show. And for them to continue to want to watch the show, they have to be chosen. They have to be picked. And that's why a lot of us are watching Love Island now, because we saw a Black woman not only be chosen, but we saw a Black man fight for her. And for a lot of us, that is our reality. So the Black people who this is their reality are now locked into the show. And now the production has to feed this audience because this audience has been good to them. They're not throwing away their white audience, but now this is a very productive audience for them. So they want to feed that as well. So now I think we are going to get Black people, especially Black men on this show that date Black women exclusively because of how they ate last season with that black couple that chose each other every time. Um, Janelle said, I'm gonna need Taylor to build up his chest area. It's giving little boy. I think his chest is fine. Not everybody is cut. Rachel Blossom said the way Alondria acted shocked after revealing Nick kissed Bella before Sierra in the preview. I love her. Oh, I'm sorry. She messy too, but we love her. We just gonna let it slide. Sarah said it's because he's trying to show that ex that he's not serious about anyone. It's all adding up after she popped out with the tea. But here's the thing: if it's the same ex, the cowgirl, take everything she says with a grain of salt because she's trying to get on this show. She's trying to get on this show. Kaylee said, and the gag is Huda knows, but it's too much in honeymoon phase to truly call it out. Yes, that's why she said, I think he's love bombing me. You don't think that, you know. But this world that you have created with him in your head is so much fun. You're going to ride this out. But she knows it's coming. I missed that. They banging after 4 days? My God, today. Wow. You know what? No, I think Molly and Molly May and Tommy, I think they waited. I don't think I mean, they got to it. And when they got to it, they got to it. But I think 4 days has to be 4 days has to be like new, right? Oh no. I think Rob slept with that bombshell as soon as she got there. Well, he already knew her. That's a little. Oh, when this falls apart, I hate to say it, it's going to be glorious. It's going to be glorious. When you're dealing with Huda, you have to. Because she's going to make a big deal out of it. I don't know how I missed that child. That's hella. That's quick. I'm not judging, but that's quick. Oh, he said, "I'm excited for the guys to fight for you." I felt like he said, "I'm excited," because I also had my captions on. I thought that he said, "I'm excited to see you fight for me," because remember, Amaya was like, "Oh." She caught that and she sat back and was like, no, that's why I want to let you know you're not for me. Let me know what you think, Silk Uber Effect. I want to watch it back and get that moment and read the caption again. But I thought he said, I'm excited to see you fight for me. Poliver Girl said, I'm tired of Huda. As a mom of boys, I know the anxiety they go through if they accidentally get a Huda. Not sorry. Bye, Huda. Ciao. KG said the bombshells watch the show while they're in holding and have to turn in notes to producer according to past Islanders. They definitely are going in with the game plan. Though they are the only one who are playing the game. They're the only one. The first Islanders are just, hey, we're just here having a good time. Them bombshells, they come in with a purpose every time. I don't think she's interested in Austin. I don't think any of the women there are interested in Austin. I felt like somebody was holding Shelley at gunpoint when she told Austin that she could warm up to him and get there. There had to be a producer that we could not see who was holding her at gunpoint. Or a family member. They kidnapped the family member and said, if you don't tell Austin that it's that you can get there with him, we're going to have to do the unthinkable to your grandmother. Like, it did not make sense. I'm like, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you're warming up to Austin? Something happened. It happened, child. Hey, M. Armstrong. M. Armstrong said, I was like, how y'all let him off the hook like that? Who? Jeremiah? Zora S said, yes, I think Ace is there to create chaos and forward the producer's agenda. Absolutely. He's Rob. He is Rob. Yep. Katie said Ace is a male live. He's here to create drama. I wouldn't give him Mel Live. I would absolutely give him Rob, but he absolutely is there to create drama. And Liv was a great addition. Now that Australian 8, I feel like the other ones, if if you give us an Australian, make it a girl. The guys, please leave them on that island, that demonic Jumanji. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean that, Australia. I will say the animals and insects are a little scary, but I didn't mean to call you demonic Jumanji. Kaylee said Ace and Amaya and Charlie and Hannah were the new couples. Thank you so much for that. Sorry for mixing that up. Ryan said he's prideful. He knows Shelley's move, but he doesn't want to give her the satisfaction. Absolutely. Immature. He's 22. Josie said, I think Ace wants to create this great long storyline where he and Shelley end up together. But I think this recoupling, that's what I think. I agree. I think that's exactly what he's doing. And, if Shelley wants to discuss, if he discusses it with Shelley, he's going to be like, well, you told Austin that you were warming up to him and I didn't know where you were at. He's going to try to do this whole thing because Ace is an actor. So he's going to try to do this whole thing to make himself the star of the show where he gets the guys together and be like, I want you guys to help me win back Shelley. Like he's creating storylines for himself as well, but he's not smart enough to know that he pissed off the lead. And she's not in on it with him. And she is not playing with Ace. He blew it. Fifi said, I think y'all misheard him. I thought he said, I'm interested to see the guys fight for you. Well, listen, you guys could be right. I want to watch it back. But why did Amaya react that way then, right after he said that? Okay, you guys are saying he said the guys. Okay, I'm gonna go with that. If you guys are saying that, I'm gonna go with that. I am gonna watch it back though, because as soon as he said that, she said she reacted. She's just like, oh no, I just wanted to let you know I'm not pursuing you. You're not for me. She said that right away, and she changed as soon as he said that because I think Amaya went there very open, and when Jeremiah said he wasn't closed off, she got that he was saying there was still an opening, and I thought that as well. And then when he said what he said, what I thought I heard, I'm excited to see you fight for me, she switched up. But y'all let me know what y'all think. And I'm going to go watch it back too. You said you didn't like Amaya. Remember? You said you didn't like her. Hadn't even talked to the woman. But you already had an opinion of her. Just call me Bond says Shelley is diaspora herself. I feel like she's more for Latino or light skin than a dark skinned Q dog. You know what? You could be right. You could absolutely be right. But they got them. She from Florida. Them dark skinned Haitian boys with the freeform. That might be her type too. That might be her type as well. We will see. She told the producers what she wanted. We will see. They get on my nerves, but I'm telling you, they are going to feed us when this relationship implodes. They are going to feed us. Oh my gosh, when we get to that, she's gonna fall apart, guys. She is gonna fall apart when we get to the tweet challenge. She's gonna fall apart. She is going to fall apart. Oh, the crying and the meltdowns. Child. Dominique said, Trump aside, Austin having way more respect for my girl Shelley than Ace is something. I'll tolerate him a bit long. We're not gonna give him too much. Okay. We already thanked him for saving Shelley. That's enough. Them said, I got red flags from Huda as soon as she said she didn't want to tell people she's a mom straight away. Like, I understand where she's coming from, but if you say you're proud of being a mom, stand on that. I thought when she was holding it back, I thought it was gameplay. I thought it was strategy. Now I'm just like, girl, I don't know. Josie said, I saw a comment from one of Huda's exes on TikTok. He says this is her on good behavior and insinuated that she can get physically aggressive. Wouldn't be surprised if true. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm not gonna say about the physically aggressive stuff, but Yeah, I'm telling you, we're going to see that. I'm not saying we're going to see physically aggressive Huda, but we're going to see a side of Huda when she puts two and two together and realize that boy is playing her. We gonna see a side of her, child. Um, can one of you send me Huda's ex's stuff either on TikTok or Instagram? Let me know because I didn't see anything about her ex. Josie said you already know Huda's family is doing the heavy lifting when it comes to child. I don't want to assume. And said I still can't get over demonic Teddy Ruxpin. No, it was demonic Rumpelstiltskin. I would never disrespect Teddy Ruxpin like that. Rachel said, "Well, she said her daughter is her mini me, and I can see her and her daughter being best friends. She's probably a great mom, but she is not a girl's girl." Paula Girl said, "Hell froze over for me to see Ace's point of view. Jeremiah is most def low key trying to keep something off himself. He's sneaky. Absolutely." Ryan said, I know two phenomenal mothers with very poor choices in men, great kids, and they have them full time. Some people can do both. Raise a lovely kid and be terrible men. It can and be terrible for men. It can happen. It can happen. Eve for Empathy said, honestly, Shelley feels like the real mom of the group because she's constantly comforting damn Huda. Guys, at this point, everybody's comforting Huda. She's going to get on everybody's nerves soon and very soon. Soon and very soon. Just John just said the producers are struggling backwards. If they brought Shelley in to be a fave, they should have brought in proper potential mates. Ace was a good match. Ace was not a good match for her from jump. Guys, also have to realize they're building story. They are building story. They have bombshells for Shelley and Alondria, and they're coming. They are coming. Sarah said someone must have told Shelley a recoupling was coming and to step up her game. Something happened. That was weird. That conversation was weird and came out of nowhere. Spencer said the producers definitely talked to her. Austin is so gross, and Shelley definitely had to do something. I agree. Is that Kimmy said, I know if Shelley or Alondria would have gone home, this would have been my last episode. Producers know that too. That's why they made Shelley and Austin have that conversation. B. Nichols said, speaking of editing, can they not take 15 minutes with songs at the recoupling? I had to fast forward. Josie said, I think Shelley is taking Austin seriously because she's worried Amaya was going to take him and he's her only safe bet. Probably. Oh, wait a minute. Did I get that? I got the super chat. Perfect. I'm gonna get a couple more and then I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. Because I know it's late. Y'all. Hold on. Oh, we are talking in here. I want to try to get as many as I can, guys. Oh no, Paula Girl, we talked about this. Paula Girl said, please don't skewer me. We don't do that here. Don't worry. I no longer care for gorgeous melanated girls or women doing the help role to non-melanated friends. By the way, it applies all across races. Energy vampires, please. Poof. I absolutely hate it. My first review, I said I do not want Hannah and Alondria to fall into the Mary roles, and they did, but they quickly got out of it. He's lying. Here's the thing about Jeremiah. His body is rejecting his words because his body is rejecting the lies that he's saying. So when he's being deceptive, he cannot look at Huda. Whenever Huda's talking about their relationship and their longevity and everything, he cannot look her in the face. When he was saying that speech to her, he was looking everywhere and his body was laughing because he was lying. He was lying. He does not mean any of it. Them said, oh, bye. I haven't watched the last episode yet. OMG, because it hadn't dropped in my country. Oh, I'm so sorry. I hope you didn't hear any spoilers. Ace is doing what he can to antagonize that couple. Holly Won't said, I couldn't understand Bella when she spoke to Nick. It's like she lost her ability to articulate herself. I think Bella just rumbles through a lot of personalities, and she's just trying to find one that Nick would be attracted to. It didn't work. It didn't work. Eva said, yeah, Ace doesn't want Huda. I think he chose Amaya because she's Jeremiah. He is just like, he has made Jeremiah his project. Like, he is going after that boy. And I don't know, like, because now I'm just like, I don't know, is this strategy or you just don't like him? What is going on? Um, oh, he sure did. He sure did. And I don't think he messed himself up. I don't think he realized he messed himself up with Shelley. Um, well, again, guys, be mindful. They don't know about what happened with Yulisa and they don't know about Austin. So they don't, they're just going after these people with how they presented themselves. Because even in this episode, Alondria called Austin her bestie. She said he's her bestie. They don't know who these people are. Um, oh, I can see it. I can see it. She was absolutely picked by the enemy. My poor girl. My poor girl. I will give him this one thing for saving our girl. Um, Ryan said, I think he's Shelley type, to be honest. If they send in a clone, it's over. Who, Ace? I hope he's not her type. But guys, remember they had something. They had something before this show, so they knew each other and they had been talking. So that's why Ace, he lost me with that, oh, your skin color and what's your nationality. You know she's Haitian. You know one thing about them first gens, they put that flag in the bio. You know she's Haitian. So don't play with me. Yeah, thank you for that one little thing. You ate that one little thing. But that's it. I'm not going to give you too much. I'm not going to give you too much. Jennifer S says, as long as Shelley is still there and so as the opportunity, she's going to have someone going for her. I absolutely believe that. Um, Obviously, me said Nick saying the words photo booth before he officially chose our partner was insane. I lost it. I kind of loved it too. Listen, Bella knew. She went, I said, oh, Drew, you didn't like Bella? You didn't like Bella? She says, you're not going to get this coochie. Bella, what I liked about Bella Drew is that she's so unpredictable. You just never knew what she was going to do. She was good TV. She was good TV. But you know, one of the Baps had to go home. B. Nichols said, I'm really excited to not have to listen to Bella anymore for the rest of the season. Oh, you didn't like Bella and her 36 different accents? Brianna said Sierra is going to find out that Nick kissed Bella. Brianna, why does it keep on repeating? Why does it keep on repeating you? Polymer Girl said, I call Bella as first. I called Bella and Huda as first pop boots. This ain't your Mama Love Island, not gleeful, but Mama of boys of this gen. Polymer Girl, you got to write that again because girl, I thought I was having a stroke reading that. Hannah said she doesn't have a real personality. Her personality is changing accents every 5 minutes. Yeah, we talked about it. Bella hasn't landed on who she is going to be yet. She won't land on that till probably about a good 26 to 27. And I hope this isn't it, but it could be her future. And we talked about it before. Christian girl influencer who only decorates in beige and does trad wife content for her Tinder-eyed husband that doesn't like being on camera. CJ said, these girls never learn, never lead with your sexuality, and never ends well. Look at Bella, and now Sierra is mad. Well, Sierra's still there, and and Bella is home or in a hotel. Holly Won't said, God wouldn't have you sitting in a bikini making out with strangers. She can leave him out of it 100%. Yeah, it's not God. It's not the devil. It's you. Nick wasn't interested, and that's okay. It's not the devil that the guy that you wanted didn't want you back. It was. We were. Season 6 right now is still outperforming because every episode was something. Every episode is something. That's exactly what I was going for. I love that y'all caught that. That's exactly. Oh, I got some more stuff coming, child. KG said you have an ace place to hold head above below everyone. Can I tell you, I tried my best, but like I had to keep on enlarging Ace because he's so much smaller than everybody else. Yes, Star family, get the likes up. Thank you so much. Please like the live, family. Josie said, Taylor is so goofy. I'm surprised he called out Ace's game. I think Ace underestimated Taylor, trying to manipulate him into disliking Jeremiah and Huda as if he wasn't going to catch on. Yeah, the guys are starting to catch on. I think right now the only two people who really, the three people that see him are Jeremiah, Taylor, and Nicholas. Jeremiah is the only one that cares because Ace stays on his neck. Just John just said Taylor and Alondria have zero chemistry. They are basically in a friendship coupling, but being smart enough to not broadcast it that way. I absolutely agree. Let me get some more recent comments. Thelma said Shelley was listening to Amaya talk about her connection with Ace. That's what he was saying to her. I saw Shelley get a look on her face, say nothing to anyone, and pull Austin. So smooth, so smart. Oh, that's very smart, Thelma. I never even thought of that. If that's what happened, oh, Shelley is playing a game. Hey, Christina, thank you so much for being here. Christina said someone in here said Amaya follows Trump, which is great for Austin. Child, I could see that. She absolutely gives me Latina for Trump. Josie said maybe missed something, but I don't understand why Sierra would be mad at Nick. He said that he was 50-50. Did she think he wasn't entertaining Bella when she wasn't around? I will say this. I think Nick misled the both of them. So I can understand her being upset about that. I will give that to her. Robin Rose said, I'm not surprised because I did watch After Sun and Chelsea was shading, and Shelley was shading Ace. I knew it was over then. If you think about it, After the Sun was after the recoupling. Oh, I cannot wait to watch that episode. I am yeah, I think Ace effed up. I think she's good on him. Katie said, Nikki, the new host, Sophie, hosts Love Island Australia. Thank you. If you have any free time, watch season 1 Australia. It's a GOAT season. Okay, I'll watch that. You guys said the same thing about season 5, and you were right. You were right. He does. Him and Jeremiah. They both think they're playing a totally different game. Baby, it's not happening. Hey, Jennifer. Jennifer said, Amaya isn't really my cup of tea. I don't think she's overcompensating in some way, but I don't exactly dislike her. Right now, I'm not seeing anything to make me dislike her, but she hasn't been on long, so we will see. Sarah said, I've only seen the last few episodes. Did Ace and Shelley have a good connection? I think she's waiting for a bombshell. Well, they already had a connection before they came in here. So they were hot for a minute, but Ace played in her face because I think Shelley thought that he was absolutely going to pick her for the recoupling. I'm interested to see how he's going to try to get his way out of it. But I think that Shelley sees him. I think that she sees him. Soraya says, why would they put a woman for Shelley unless that woman is bisexual as well, or else she wouldn't have the option in the house, only Shelley? Yeah, I think they're going to send a bi woman in the show. I think they will. The reason why I say that is because there's been so much focus, even in Shelley's intro, that, she's for the boys and the girls more than the boys. Have her tell it. So I think that is put in there because we're going to follow that. You know what? I'm not sure. I'm not sure, Sarah. I really, really am not sure. Because even when he could be talking about somebody else, he talks about Shelley. Shelley's really popular. Shelley is really, really, really popular in the villa. With the guys, like with everybody, but like the guys still checking for her. So okay, so y'all said that he said he wanted to see the other guys fight for her, I think. Okay. Okay. Hey C said Huda and Jeremiah need to go home. In my opinion, it is day 4. Why are they so locked in? And excuse me, Huda calling Amaya out of her name like that was very rude. They are not going home until after Casa. I don't see them going home until after Casa. Oh, she absolutely did. Like Bella was holding her up, and Bella's leaving. Very weird. Very weird. Katie said that's a good comparison. I definitely see Ace and Cinco comparison. These guys do not realize that they have to pursue as well. They do not realize it. Irritated me. And then would get upset with Cachet when she would pick somebody else. I'm like, you're not chasing after her. And I was so mad at Cachet when Cinco left, and she just like deflated. And she's like, I'm going to leave because my person is no longer in the villa. Girl, you need to get here. You need to be here for the money. What are we talking about? Get the hell out of here. This is not Love Island. This is Money Island. And a lot of y'all are broke actors living in LA, 16 people to a studio apartment in downtown LA. Y'all need this money. Stop playing these games. Stop playing these games. Josie said, Huda making a habit of wiping her tears on Jeremiah's shirt is something else. She is so self-absorbed. He's sick of her. He is sick of her. Soraya says, that's definitely something I would need to know if you doing sex work. Guys, a lot of these people for these reality TV shows are doing sex work. I'm gonna tell you right. I'm gonna tell you that right now. As somebody who lives and works in Los Angeles, a lot of these people are doing sex work. I'm like, I don't know, but you're gonna be disappointed. If y'all got a problem with people doing sex work, you're gonna be disappointed in a lot of entertainers. You're gonna be disappointed in a lot of actors. You're gonna be disappointed in a lot of the athlete wives. Why you think they all date the same woman? Because she's a working girl. You're gonna get mad at a lot of politician wives. A lot of these people do sex work. A lot of your favorite influencers, 304s. 304s. Y'all just don't know it. Y'all just don't know it. She's taking pictures of herself on a private jet every 2 days. Okay, let's turn this on. A lot of these people are working girls. You ain't never saw that dude clock in to any job. But he's always doing vlogs in his drawers, fully erect. All of them is selling puss and bussy. Welcome to show business. Hey, Nigerian Berry. Nigerian Berry said, I immediately clock you, Lisa, as a yeah, a lot of them are yacht girls and yacht boys. Allegedly. This is all alleged T-child. Alleged. Hey, Poliva Girl said B Nicole allegedly is a good, it's alleged. It's alleged. Sophie Chats a lot said yes. His reaction to the news of her daughter was not good. He's looking for an out, guys. He's looking for an out. Is that Kimmy says knowing about it and shaming it is two different things. You're right. You are right. Scripper 304. It don't matter. It don't matter. She's right. She's right in the pool where she needs to be. She not the only one. She not the only one. She's just the only one y'all caught one to. But I'm telling you, like, guys, a lot of people that y'all follow, a lot of these influencers allegedly are sex workers. You got to put two and two together. These people ain't going to work. You never see them clocking in a job. Walmart ain't paying that much for them ads. She got that condo in Manhattan because of her clam. Work. Holly said, Jeremiah certainly will not be babysitting. I doubt he'll even ask the name of her child. He hasn't yet. He's asked nothing about that baby. He does not plan on being with that woman. And she doesn't care because she got this fantasy world in her mind. She is a wonderful candidate for Love After Lockup. Obviously, me said, you know that recoupling was insane when Austin had the best recoupling speech with that line of beautiful Shelley. Wow. Do not let the enemy confuse you. Do not let the enemy confuse you. The devil is slick and cunning. We will not be fooled. We will not be fooled from Austin. He ate that one little thing, and that is it. That is all we're giving him. Katie said, I kind of feel bad for Huda because she has such a low self-esteem. Absolutely. Her being catty and clingy comes from that. Jeremiah locking in so quickly really emotionally hooked her. Absolutely. And I think her low self-esteem comes from her being a teen mom. I think that's exactly where it comes from. Being looked upon, being judged, being made to feel less than, and competing with women her age who are not parents. It's a very difficult position to put yourself in. It's an uphill battle. It's an uphill battle. Oh, they're going to keep on sending in his type. They sent in his type already. She didn't break him, but Amaya formed some cracks. She formed some cracks. B. Nichols says, do they have camera people walking around filming the house guests, or is it done behind the scenes? Well, they have cameras all over the villa, cameras and sound equipment. So there's nothing that the crew cannot hear or see. And they have night vision cameras. They see everything. They see everything. Solus says, actually, I saw that Shelley was in Amaya's comments. Plot twist. Shelley should still Amaya from Ace and they become a couple. Iconic TV. Iconic TV. Soraya says, Black UK men do not like dark-skinned women. Are you from the UK? I'm not from the UK, so I can't speak to that. I do think, see, this is the thing. I do think the American girls got a little leg up. I do feel like that Americanness wins out a bit, but we will see. But I'm not from the UK, so I can't speak to that. Y'all let me know. Miss Brown Sugar said, yeah, I like Taylor in principle. Seemed like he has a good head on his shoulders and he's quick-witted. It's just not popping among the group because he's cute, not sexy. And that's nobody's fault but his. Oh, thank you. Take a look. It's in a book, a reading rainbow. KD said, Nikki, Love Island USA always has a large Black audience. Season 2 with Justine during the lockdown was huge. Oh, I absolutely agree with that. That's why we kept on getting the cast of characters that we got. I was saying that because of Serena and Cordell and the impact that that couple made on season 6, I think now they're casting for Black people who are looking for other Black people. But normally in reality TV shows, if the audience is a large white audience, and let's be honest, companies favor white people because welcome to America. So if they do have a large sector of an audience that is white, they are going to choose people, especially if they choose people of color, because they got to throw the diversity in there. They're going to choose people of color who normally go after white people for partnership. Now I feel like season 6 has changed the game, where they are now casting for Black people who date Black people. And I think that's, as a Black American, I think that's huge, because that, in my experience, is an accurate description of my community. Because Black Americans specifically largely date, the majority of us date, marry, and live amongst each other. It is a very small percentage of Black Americans that date outside of the community, but they are normally put as the face of of our community, because 1,000 times out of 1,000, they're always going to choose a non-Black partner, specifically somebody white. So they are normally given opportunities in white spaces, because they make the white audience, feel chosen and special. And they make that white audience feel comfortable. This is going to, what Serena and Cordell did really change the game for Black American watchers, because we finally have accurate representation. Serena and Cordell is an accurate representation of the Black community. Like, that is not, not specifically that coupling, but that's a normal relationship. Like, that is what we see on a day-to-day basis, the majority of us. So this is very new. This is very new what they're doing, and I think they are going to be casting people, because I know they have some Black women on the casting team. I know they are looking for people who are going to choose Black partners, and that's huge. That is huge. Miss Brown Sugar said, you would think that they learned sooner with Justine, Cathay, and Zeta being fan favorites, but networks gone network. Yeah, I do think that they had a huge impact. And I think because of them, we got to where we are. I just do not think they had the same impact as Serena and Cordell, because they just brought an entirely new audience to this show. Um, Harry. Harry said, I am white, but I love watching any race, especially Black women get into loving relationships with Black men. Oh, thank you so much, Harry. Holly Won't said, pretty sure birth control is a requirement for the woman. Absolutely. Absolutely. And unfortunately, it's going to be great TV. Unfortunately, it's going to be great TV. Paula Girl said, you know that Miss Brown Sugar Yeast, Justice Cachet went on the challenge. Oh, Cachet was on the challenge? Oh, I love that for her. Oh, okay. Thank you, Ryan. Thank you. Thank you for that clarity. Oh yeah, they give them condoms and everything on there. Have you looked in the Hideaway? The Hideaway has condoms, ropes, chains, vibrators. They have the whole shebang. But they're going to watch everything. They're going to watch and hear everything. That's why I'm just like, I can't believe y'all are having sex on that show. They're keeping all of that stuff. Christina said, he said, excited to see what happens with everyone else. And her, basically, Peacock's been messing up hard with those damn AI captions, spoiled every single recoupling reveal. Thank you, Christina. Thank you guys for clearing that up for me. I did think that it was the other way around, but thank you all for clearing that up. Because that's exactly what I read. So I'm glad that y'all cleared that up for me. Jasmine said, that's true, because Ace keeps saying nothing with us is ever easy. He's definitely trying to position them as a long game. Yeah, but you can't play this long game with Shelley and not include her in the game. She's turned off from him. She's turned off. She's turned off from him. Mimi Nick said, I think Amaya took that as a brush off and wasn't going to play herself by pursuing him. And smart. and smart. But see, that's the thing. He didn't take himself out of the running. Jeremiah just keeps on talking because he told her, oh, we're not closed off. I'm just not going to do anything to disrespect her. To disrespect Huda. So we will see. Miss Brown Sugar said, side note, are those lashes a trend? In my opinion, they're not flattering at all. It just makes her look a little tired and hungover when I know they don't drink like that. Don't look like that. Oh, here's the thing with those lashes. Those lashes are very popular, and I'm not saying this because it's alleged that Huda is a sex worker, but we're coming out of that and going more into like conservative way of dressing and thinking, and the whole thing. The conservative movement is, it's getting real popular, especially with the young people. I don't know why. It's weird to me. Gen Z, I hope you wake up. But anyway, we were in a season of where like 304s and trans Black women really were the trendsetters. BBLs, trans Black women, they were the ones who started that. All of the work that was being done in the face, trans Black women from the 90s were doing it first. And a lot of women, especially celebrity women, started to recreate that kind of look. And it just really, really took off. But trans Black women from the 90s and sex workers, 304s, were really the ones who were really being ripped off. Their whole aesthetic was being ripped off by, I would just say, women who were working legitimate, women who we respected. Women who were respected were ripping off from these least respected women and doing this kind of look, specifically like the lashes and the lips and the fillers and the BBLs, the exaggeration of everything, the exaggerating of the female form. That was something that was created and perfected by trans Black women in the 90s. So that the exaggerated lashes, the exaggerated lips, the exaggerated cheekbones, the exaggerated boobs and butt, and all of that, that's a trans Black woman aesthetic. So just by the look of Huda alone, I knew who she was attracting. I knew exactly who she was attracted. You know what I'm talking about. If we get one of them on the show, ciao. But that's what it is. That's right now, it's the 304 look. Christina said it's so weird too because Austin and Shelley already had that chat verbatim about being more platonic on the last episode, which is why it was so weird that they had that conversation. He didn't. And I don't know why he made it. It's so stupid. I don't know why he made that decision. Boosie said the enemy is really confusing. Maybe Austin really is like homophobic. It's a homophobic closeted man, the type that talks smack about Black women, but he's subscribing to that Ebony on DL. Scary. Well, this is the thing. Austin is very normal for what we all experience on November 5th, right? I think a lot of people were like gagged and shocked how that election went because a lot of people who have Austins in their life, who have, Black friends, are attracted to non-Black people, never made a gay person feel uncomfortable, but would absolutely vote away their rights. And a lot of people were just like, I can't believe it. But it's just like this. Austin is very normal. Like that is what a lot of us, a lot of people are in relationships with Austins. A lot of people are in love with Austins. A lot of people have long, great, healthy relationships with Austins, but you don't know who he really is until you look at his TikTok reshares and you're gagged that he thinks the way he does. Really honest and true representation of how divided America really is. Rain says, gotta be something we're not seeing. A lot of people chose Austin and Taylor to kiss. What? Who the hell chose that? Kaylee said, I wonder how they explain Lisa leaving the cast. I saw a video of Love Islander who was on season 3 of USA, I believe. And she was saying on her season, one of the cast members were cut from the show. They didn't say anything. They did not tell them that this person was leaving. This person was just no longer there, and production did not say anything to them. And so they just stopped asking questions because they were never getting an answer. They do not know why she left, but all they know is that they cannot talk about it on camera. That's it. So they know nothing, guys. They know nothing, and they will not know anything until they get their phones back. I bet you Bella is gagged right now. Bella is gagged. Let me get 3 more and then maybe 4. Let me get 4 more and then I'll get you guys out of here. Kaylee said, yeah, Love Island has always been okay with not giving Black women viable options. I think that's changing. Boosie said, Ace is a producer. He's trying to do the whole we can't be together until the end. But dude, you are what's keeping us apart. If he's trying to produce, he's not that good at it. He's not that good at it because he doesn't realize Shelley's done. You embarrassed her and she almost went home. She's done. Boosie also said the clean girl and old money look of being beige and white is back. I wish people were smart enough to realize that it doesn't make them look rich, just poor and dull clothing. Child. Help the children. Paula Girl said, yeah, Nikki, you're 100. No more ex-workers shaming. Even reality star has copied their aesthetic. Absolutely. You see people wearing poster girl dresses to Outback. Why in the hell are you wearing that to Outback? Did you see what Toni Braxton wore to her son's graduation? Sex workers used to wear that in Manhattan, walking up and down the strip. Why are you wearing it to your graduation? But that is the aesthetic that everybody is pulling from. But, a lot is changing now. So we won't. Child, not my light died. Oh, I guess it only had a 2-hour window. I cannot wait to get another room. Christina said, every time Austin is talking to them, I scream, tell her who you voted for, Austin. Yeah, that's not going to happen. I'm interested to see how that reunion is going to play out because Ariana's going to ask him about that. Rain says, in the baseball challenge, delivered the most unsexy kisses I've ever seen. Listen, I will say Ace and Shelley did what needed to be done. Kaylee said, say and Nikki, my friend and I was just talking about people emulating trans women. Absolutely. That is who the inspiration is. Right now, the inspiration for the conservative movement is slavery. I don't know. It's it's the exact opposite of that. Unsexy, no exaggeration at all. Everybody's on Ozempic getting bone straight, thin. It is the exact opposite of the trans Black women from the 90s aesthetic and 304s. Exact opposite. Sarah said, Nikki, did you see Amaya's old tweets that just got dug up saying she could never bring a Black boyfriend to her parents? I don't know if that's fake. You know what? Then if we don't know, then let's not speak on it because I don't want to run with a narrative that isn't true about her. And that's why I also want to apologize for saying I could see her being a Latino for Trump. Until it's confirmed, I don't want to comment on it. So Amaya, I'm going to take that back. But if it's proven to be true, I'm going to drag you. Ryan said, most Trump supporters are like Austin. Awkward. They are just people. Oftentimes their politics are their worst flaws. And oftentimes they are always trying to befriend, get in the presence of, or bed the people who they despise, who they think are inferior. I used to work with this one guy, obsessed with me. Racist as hell. But it was just towards black men. I was just like, what? That's very, very weird. He's so lucky I needed that job. Josie said, I used to think Tony was an anomaly amongst her more chaotic family members, but she's part of the chaos. They're church girls. We're all, church does a number on the mind. Sarah said, someone replied to her comments with a crying face, and she replied saying, the faces our parents would make. Ciao. Anyway, it is late, guys, and I have kept her here for almost 3 hours. Thank you all so much for joining me. Tomorrow and Tuesday, I'm going to do lives right after the episode. For the remainder of the week, I am not sure. I'm going to try to do my best. So if I can't do it, if I can't do a review after the episode, then I will try to talk to you guys during the day. But next week is a little chaotic for me. But I'm going to get here. I want to make sure we talk about every episode when it drops. If not that night, the day after. But we will see. We will see, guys. But I definitely will be seeing you to talk about Love Island. It's a good season. It really, really is a good season, and I am enjoying this cast. Let me know how you guys feel about this, and we don't have to talk about it now. You can talk about it in another live or whatever. But I think that you guys have some really great points, and I would love to bring you guys up to chat about this instead of just reading your comments. If you guys feel comfortable about that, maybe not this week because my week is a little packed, but the following week, I'll just share a link to join the chat if you wanna, and come up and speak your piece, because I'd rather have you, give your statement instead of me trying to decipher sometimes what you guys are saying, because autocorrect is making everything a little complicated. Let me know how you feel about that. You guys don't have to say anything now. You can talk to me about it in the next live because I'll bring it up again. But I think that would be fun, just a bit more interactive instead of me just listening to my voice. I would like to interact with you guys a little bit better that way. Let me know how you feel about that. And I will see you tomorrow for the next episode of Love Island. I will have better lighting, prayerfully. But I will see you all then. Love you all. Have a good night. Bye. Stay safe. It's crazy out there.